Hello there, everybody. Looking Daryl Brooks flips out on prosecutor reviews he's a sex offender. I don't know what's going on with this case. I've seen a few stuff here and there, but that's about it. Honestly.
The state has the ability to question you about that, or question this witness, and to look at the veracity of what your claims are here. So
What's he doing? Why is he looking up?
I may take an early lunch. If that's in your cell, then you can go get it and bring it. But without that letter, I'm not allowing this line of questioning.
What did he say?
Do you have the letter with you in court?
I just said no. How many times I gotta say the same thing on record?
You know, sometimes, sir, I don't hear what you say because you interrupt me so much, or you answer quietly. And I'm taking notes, and I'm focused on probably a dozen things at the same time.
But if I say something under my breath, everybody seems to hear it. Everybody seems to hear that just fine.
In a quiet courtroom, yes, we can hear it very clearly.
Everybody assumes that it has to be disparaging.
Once again, you're doing this tactic.
Because it's not a tactic. It's facts. It's facts.
To some other reason.
It's facts. Because I find it hard to believe that all of a sudden nobody hears what I say.
I'm going to let the state make a record of why they believe it's objectionable, because I haven't let them do that. I've given you multiple opportunities to tell me why you believe it's...
I didn't get these pictures from nobody else. Why was somebody else...
The record will reflect you have two pictures that you believe were from this witness.
That I know is from...
No, that you believe.
That I know.
All right. I'll ask the state their position on all of this.
She going through it. She like fuck.
First of all, should not be admissible. One, because of a discovery violation. We've never seen them before. Two, because we have reason to believe that he did not get them from Erica Patterson. He is on a jail phone call talking to his mother, Dawn Woods, about Dawn Woods sending these photographs to him. Now,
that's a lie. I object to that.
Let the state make their argument without interruption, sir.
That's a lie, though.
Three, I believe that these photographs are designed to make a suggestion to the jury that Erica Patterson is a bad mom. I think that is what the defendant is trying to do. And if we're going to go down that road, then we would be forced to counter that claim. First of all, it doesn't make her an incredible witness, if it's even true. And second of all, if we go down that road, we would be forced to counter that claim by pointing out that not only does the defendant not live with the child in question, he doesn't live with any of the other children that he has.
Oh.
He impregnated Erica Patterson when she was a minor in Nevada.
That's crazy.
In doing so, he was convicted of statutory sexual seduction, pled guilty in March of 2007 to that felony offense, and is a sex offender on the registry as a result. So if there's any causation that would lead to Erica Patterson being a bad mom, Mr. Brooks has a direct role in that causation.
And that's
furthermore,
to that,
I'm not
because that's a lie.
Let him
Because at the end of the day,
But isn't it on record? And he pled guilty, so it can't be a lie if you yourself said you were guilty in 2007, unless that's probably the reason he has a lawyer. He's doing it himself now because the lawyer he had back then didn't represent him properly. I guess I don't know.
Let him finish.
If we gonna open the door
Mr.
on that, no,
Brooks.
since he want to make a record and not be accurate, so let's be accurate all on the record. Since you think you know so much,
Once
so
again,
we can
Mr.
open the
Brooks
door
is
on.
being
We can
loud,
open the door on how old she told me she
disrespectful,
was when we met.
interrupting.
We can ask that question
He is
too. Then
over the
Did you
top
ask that?
animated
Did you
right
know
now.
that?
Mr. Brooks, I'm ordering you to sit down and to let the state
no,
finish.
I'm not going to sit here and let somebody be inaccurate on the record and lie on the record.
Right. Under Illinois versus Allen, I've warned him repeatedly. He's being removed from the courtroom. And you know what? Let me dial that back. We're just going to take an early lunch, 1 hour. We'll be back. And unless he brings that letter and he can show it is inadmissible, she will not be questioned. And under 906.11, I will declare the cross-examination closed. Thank you. We're in recess. 1 hour.
Get your facts straight. So let's
Not gonna lie to you, that judge is being really nice right now.
open the door on all of it then, so we can get all of it on.
Cause she kicked him out the courtroom, right? But then she's like, no. Let's run it back. Actually, You know what? Let's run it back. We'll take a recess, and we'll continue from there. We'll let them chill out. All known a person like this in our lives, someone who doesn't know, just want to shut up and thinks it's a part of cool character to not show self-control. My brother doesn't know when to shut up, but I don't know about him being cool. A cool character. that judge was much kinder and patient than. That's what I'm saying, bro. She said, "I'm gonna kick you." You know what? Actually, no. Let's see this. Let's see this because this also helps. Oh, hey yo, Buck hit the game winner. That's crazy.
Once again, you're doing this tactic where you
Because
try to
it's not a
go
tactic,
off
it's
of what we're
facts.
talking
It's
about
facts.
to some other reason.
It's facts.
to
Because
some
I
other
find it
thing.
hard to believe that
I'm gonna
all
let
of
the
a sudden
state.
nobody hears what I say.
I'm gonna let the state make a
Stop.
record of why they
Stop.
believe it's objectionable.
Brooks in the Waukesha.
Hold on.
Do that.
We go over the top 5 outbursts of defendant Darrell Brooks in the Waukesha Parade tragedy trial. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Hello there.
The trial of Darrell Brooks Jr.
Yeah.
in Waukesha, Wisconsin has really been something else. On one hand, we can't forget what this trial is about. You have a defendant who's been charged with over 70 crimes for
70.
driving his SUV into a group of holiday parade goers back on November 21st.
That was him. I didn't know what this was about because we were talking about like other stuff. I didn't. Oh damn.
One, ultimately resulting in the death of 6 people and injuries to dozens of others. And this is a very serious case and a very tragic case. But at the same time, we can't forget that this trial is incredibly unique and strange because the defendant has chosen at the very beginning of trial to represent himself. And it has been a roller coaster ride of fights between him and the judge, him getting kicked out of court. He took his shirt off at one point.
He took his shirt off.
These legal theories that seemingly have no basis in fact or law that delay the whole proceedings. And this is partially due to the fact that we believe Brooks identifies as a sovereign citizen. This is someone who believes that they're not under the jurisdiction or authority of the government. So we thought, why not revisit the top 5 outbursts
Really? That's
of
crazy.
Darrell Brooks during this trial? And I'd like to start with a particularly bad one. You see, at one point, Brooks called as a witness his ex-girlfriend, Erica Patterson, as he was presenting his case. Now, she had previously testified for the state, and it's alleged that Darrell Brooks, got into a fight with Erica Patterson and attacked her right before he drove his car into the parade.
Damn.
So when she was on the stand, he wanted to show that she wasn't a good mother and that she's not a credible witness, and that she wasn't
So that's what
telling the
happened?
truth, particularly about the last time that she had contact with him. And that's when, while she's on the stand, he pulls out these photographs, and the state objected because they hadn't been shown these before. And outside the presence of the jury, prosecutor Zach Whitchow talked about what would happen if these photos were allowed in, and he revealed something very bad about Brooks' past.
We just seen
As
that.
you'll see, Brooks was not too happy about it.
3, I believe that these photographs are.
We just seen this, so I'm gonna skip it.
He was committing offense. Causation.
Let out. Alan, question. Thank you. We're in recess. 1 hour.
Get your facts straight. Since you think she was 8.
Presence of the jury, and that is very good. Now, luckily, as I said, this was outside the presence of the jury, and that is a very good thing for Brooks that they didn't see that. Clearly, he's trying to relitigate his past relationship that he had with Patterson and whether or not he should have been convicted of that sex crime. And of course, this is just another example of him being removed from the courtroom. You know, look, Brooks has repeatedly made statements that this process is totally unfair, that he's not being heard, and he adamantly denies that he's trying to deliberately obstruct the proceedings. He feels that he's just trying to get his word out and his rights protected. In fact, in another major outburst and show of disrespect to the court and the procedure, he yells at the judge about what this trial is about.
I don't care what you believe fully.
All right.
It's not a game. I don't take this as a game. That's what nobody. That's what nobody. You don't gotta explain nothing to me. That's what you don't understand. You think that this is a whole game to me. This is not a game to me.
Nobody kids like, bro, just shut up already, bro. Bro, it's like, bro, just shut up. Alright, bro.
Your Honor, nothing about this is a joke. That's what y'all don't understand. And it's unfair. It's unfair and it's disrespectful to me that you think I would come in here purposely and treat this like a joke or a game.
I never said it was a joke.
What type of?
Isn't this a security guard? Like, this dude stood up. He could possibly be dangerous. Why are you still sitting? Just saying.
What type of statement is that? Your life is not on the line. Mine is. And you think that I think this is funny?
I don't think it's funny whatsoever.
So,
And I understand.
I think, Your Honor, with all due respect, I think you should show some respect.
We're going to take a 5-minute break, and when we come back, the jury's coming out, and you need to call your next witness. Thank you. We are in recess.
Nah, you're not rushing me to judgment. I don't care what you're talking about.
Unbelievable that he's saying this to a judge. A judge. I sometimes have to remind myself who he's speaking to. And you know, there's so much discussion about Judge Darrow.
Yo, she is so fucking nice, bro. She's taking a lot, bro. Pause, I guess. I don't know. But, bro, nobody's talking to me like that. Nigga, your life on the line. You better be talking nice as fuck. Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. I apologize, Your Honor. Bitch, who the fuck you think you yelling at? I could have just showed the what is it called? I forgot. The people who make your judgment. Ah, fuck, I can't think of it right now. But I could have just showed them exactly what you've been acting like, bro. They're out there, not in here, not in this courthouse, seeing what you're doing. You better chill the fuck out, bro.
Here, showing this restraint. You know, why didn't she kick him out of the courtroom sooner? Why didn't she kick him out multiple times? And I think there's one theory that at least I believe is that she is giving him so much leeway, so much opportunity
that he's fucking himself over.
And she's deliberately making sure that she doesn't prematurely silence him or kick him out of the courtroom too quickly. Because the theory is that if he's convicted, an appellate court then can't say that she was unfair to him, right? The only person who buried his case was Darrell Brooks himself. That she wasn't being unfair or violating his rights, that she gave him
trying to lock him up for good.
Correct his behavior. And some believe that this is a sign that he shouldn't be allowed to represent himself anymore, but that's his right. And while there could be opportunities for judges to step in and say that the defendant is not competent and an attorney should be assigned at this point, this judge is not at that point. She believes that he is doing all of this deliberately to delay these proceedings, and he knew what he was getting himself into when he decided to represent himself. And I think at the very least, it seems that Mr. Brooks has issues with authority. Because if you listen to what he said to Judge Darrow multiple times, this one in particular was really egregious.
I'm a grown man with grown kids. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me like that. Nobody. I don't have a problem with doing what you ask me to do, not tell me. Just like when I asked you about subject matter jurisdiction that you have yet to prove on the record. But somehow I'm being intentionally disruptive. Come on, man. Stop. Just stop it.
Jury's coming out.
All right for the jury.
Not gonna work.
The jury.
And that is not the only time.
Humana's all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan to include coverage for Medicare Basics, as well as Tier 1 prescription.
Time that he barked at the judge and told her what her job should be.
If you don't make a record,
So
then
what?
I can't make a ruling.
It threw people off the loop. They weren't ready for it. They scared of it. That's what it is. Come on, man.
Mr. Brooks.
Come on, man. Stop.
When you
Stop
are,
it.
You aren't
Stop
even
it.
letting
You're a
me
public
ask the
servant, Your Honor.
question.
I respect your courtroom. I respect you. You're a public servant, though. Your job is to be the referee.
That sounds crazy.
Not. You stated so yourself on record that your job is being an umpire.
Right, can I ask Ms. Patterson to be excused?
Yes, you can be excused. My apologies.
My apologies, too, but it needs to be some truth.
Bro, what?
Especially when we're talking about stuff that didn't even happen, but they're allowed to get on the stand and say that it happened when they know it didn't happen.
So I'm going to make a record about what
This
he's
is
referring
ridiculous,
to
man.
in count 77.
Truth be told, I could do a 2-hour show on all of the disruptions and the hostile moments in court. But I have to tell you, after reviewing it, there is one moment in particular, one time, when I was actually nervous for the safety of the people in the courtroom, and including the judge. And this came about when the prosecution started presenting an issue, and how the prosecutor, Sue Opper, said the word defendant. Take a look.
There's an issue that we do need to take up potential as to a witness by the name of Abel Lescano. He has prior criminal history.
Thank you.
So as long as the jury's out, we should probably discuss that. I would like to provide the defendant and the court with.
So that had to be said. So it's the defendant.
Bro, what?
That's not how it was said.
That was how I said. You want to
disagree.
run the record back?
Mr. Brooks.
So I'm the only one. I got one. I
Mr.
got one
Brooks.
ear that work, and I heard that.
This
Come on,
is
man.
to benefit
man.
you so
No,
that
it's
you
not.
understand
Ain't none of
your
this to benefit me,
witness
so let's be
has
clear
a
about
prior
that.
record.
Your Honor, when I leave the table,
It is
I'm
actually
away
to
from the
better-
courtroom,
benefit
and I
the
have to
motion.
elevate my voice. This is the
So she had to
alleged
elevate her
record
voice
of Abel
just for
Lescott.
that.
Stop talking.
Oh man, like I don't know who y'all be thinking y'all fooling. I accept the value in return for value this document.
One more interruption and you're gonna be removed to the next courtroom.
That's what you want to do anyway.
It's not what I wanna do. Do not interrupt Attorney Opper.
So can
Your
you
Honor,
tell?
I
Can you
believe he
explain?
has
That's
7
crazy.
prior criminal convictions
Damn.
via OWI 2nd from 1997, and OWI 3rd from 1997, and OWI 4th from 2003, criminal trespass to dwelling from 2006.
Right, I need to take a break. This man right now is having a stare down with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared.
So, as we record this, we are coming to the end of the Darrell Brooks trial. After the judge deemed Brooks was non-responsive to her question, she ruled that Brooks forfeited his right to call more witnesses or even testify himself. He has been repeatedly kicked out of the courtroom. In fact, he's spending the majority of his time outside of the courtroom in that adjacent courtroom. And after the judge reads the jury instructions, we go to the closing arguments, and then this case is handed off to the jury. They're going to have 152 verdict forms. That is a lot of paperwork, a lot for them to decide. And I'll tell you one thing, all said and done, this is certainly a case that we won't forget. And thanks, everybody, for joining us here on Sidebar. Please subscribe on Apple.
You would think that Bell would at least try to be smart. Since he's talking about it's his life on the line. Yeah. Then try to pay attention. But hitting 70 people, I don't even see how you're getting out of that. If he's not getting a life sentence, he's probably getting 110 years. And even at 110 years, I don't think you're surviving all that and coming out. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know shit about court, nor my judge. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. And bye.